Hello, good morning. In the previous video, we have seen how to provide a defense mechanism for your user data. Today, we continue the same concept till we have completed up to sanitization. Okay, next step is safe data handling. So, how to handle the data while transmitting from browser to the server? Okay, there are many common methods are there to avoid uh, common problems. For example, if you have taken SQL injection, so the hacker can add his data into the user data while transmitting towards the server. In that, if you are using the parentized query for database access, that time you can avoid this hacking of data up to certain extent. Then we are using you can use some functionality that we are using in a regular practices. You have to make use of some new practice so that the hacker could not able to get our pattern to send in the data to the server. Like we are just avoiding directly giving a password to directly giving our input to the operating system in the interpreter. That it makes the hacker can access data. In order to overcome that, we should make use of some criteria or the third party way to provide the data to the server, not in the direct way. But this also will not provide an actual security. In order to make the additional security, we make use of semantic checks. Okay, the semantic checks also we are going to give the data as I have provided user ID and password, but same user ID can be given with some other ID. He can able to access our data. Like the input supplied by the attacker is identical to the input that an ordinary. Okay, so if I'm giving the data, that same data will be provided by the attacker. He can able to access into my system. So in the during transaction, he can provide the account number in the hidden format. That time also the developer can give the data blinded to the attacker without checking his proper credentiality. So to prevent the this kind of unauthorized access, we have to validate the account number by making use of some additional features to it. Like we are providing the OTP. When you provide the OTP, that OTP will send to the only the authorized user. So when he provide that OTP, then only he can able to get the data like that. Okay. The next is boundary validation. So above all the criteria will not give the security for the user data. So in order to overcome those problems, we can make use of boundary value validation. In that, the first thing whenever you're going to enter into the system, that certain criteria to be maintained, like the distances to be provided to the user, like password should be of length this one and contain only character, contain special character, it contain numbers. Like that, you have to give many fields as an security purpose to get into our system. Okay. Then second one is that SQL injection, you make use of parentized data queries so that you can avoid SQL injection attacks. Then SOAP attacks, like simple object access protocol. So you have to make use of our XM meta character to be encoded first, so that encoded so that user cannot able to access these with a simple coding. Then every time we access the data from each from the system, that time we are at same time we're executing multiple pages. So in each time user should get the credential back to his browser with encoded format. Then only the each page what he is going to browse will be secure one. Then the last step, multi-step validation and canonicalization. It means that we are going to convert our data into some other form, so that it some other standard form. So whenever I send the data in the encoded form to the receiver, receiver should having some standard format to decrypt it. Then only it becomes a proper convey of information from source to destination. So in this example, he has given I am writing the code like a script. In that I am written all my code. But if someone want to access whatever the code I written inside my page, he just make use adding some more bits here, like SCR at the beginning, IPT at the end. In between that, whatever script I have written, he will going to copy all the things. Or you can make use of the another format like this. So in order to overcome this, proper writing of coding will be a very good technique to avoid these kind of problems. Then during SQL injection attacks, removing the apostrophe character from the user input and sanitizing the data will add some additional features to save your data. Like I'm going to add this kind of value, percentage 27. So it is having some standard value actually in terms of character. You're going to send this kind of information to avoid um, attacks. Okay, these all things are regarding second chapter. In third chapter I'm going to explain third chapter I'm going to explain in the next week. So kindly attend the classes, so no need to make use of videos, and that time only we can discuss queries. Okay, thank you, and go through the video. If any queries are there, let me know in the group, or you can send the request personally. Thank you.